I really feel strongly that Arkham Knight should have been a Harley Quinn main villain game where Harley Quinn is getting revenge. I would have made Harley Quinn's revenge the entire game of Knight. 100%. Like, Harley Quinn basically doesn't know the truth about what happened in the theater, and that's like a recurring theme. She's like, she doesn't know for sure what happened, and Batman explains to her, but she like doesn't, and he explains like, oh, I even told him I was going to save him, and she doesn't believe him, and she basically thinks that, you know, he murdered him unnecessarily. And then basically she's getting revenge for Batman, but she's also having flashbacks to their abusive relationship and how he actually treated her horribly, and also flashbacks to her childhood and like having low self-esteem in her childhood, like being bullied for being a gymnast, this and that.
How would we see these flashbacks? Are we gonna play as her? Like,
what do you mean? The same way we have the flashback to Jason Todd. I mean, anything. Like,
yeah, but like, you're not playing as Harley though.
Well, yeah, we're using the Last of Us 2 model. We're playing as the villain. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, but you can easily
kill Robin in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you can easily
play as Harley for the rest of the game.
I mean, am I crazy? But like Scarecrow? Where the fuck does Scarecrow come out of here? Like, that is a clearer sequel to City than that.
I like that, but here's the thing. Well, Scarecrow was teased heavily in City with the trash boat, with the secret radio message, and with the mask. Yeah, he was definitely set up to be a villain. And I actually like Scarecrow. My only complaint is that he didn't get more action and it wasn't scary. But like, that was a good setup, though.
I'm not saying he wasn't teased. What I'm saying is that he had no motive that was clear. Like,
that is true.
The motive for Harley. What is Scarecrow's motive? I played the game. I still don't know what it is.
I mean, I thought it was because he left them in the sewers with Killer Croc, but that doesn't really make sense because that would have been Croc's
fault. Then he
fault.
tried to drown the city in fear, but like, I don't even know why, because he evacuated the city and then he just drowned it in fear when there were criminals left. So.
He was gonna the plot was that Ace Chemicals was gonna blow up, and like no matter what, all those people that were getting away, it was gonna like cover like the entire eastern seaboard. So that plan failed. So he was just like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna turn Gotham into it," or like whatever.
Yeah. Well, for the Harley thing, my only like question is, well, I guess you would have to definitely change your character a lot and maybe get a new voice actor, or like, because I don't really see Harley from Arkham City being like this criminal mastermind. Or I feel like most of the people that even worked for her would leave after like a few weeks. Like they wouldn't stick around.
She's not a criminal mastermind. What she does is she assembles all the villains of Gotham, because in Arkham City, all the villains of Gotham were fighting one another, you know? They were battling. And, you know, as a result of that, it created a totally different environment than what I would have in Arkham Knight, where she bands them all together. She pays them to try to kill the Batman. Even with Origins. In Origins, all the villains were competing against one another to kill Batman. In Arkham City, all the villains were fighting one another. So Arkham Knight would be the first game. The opening cutscene is Harley Quinn assembling basically all of Batman's villains together, and they all make a deal. They're like, we fucking hate Batman. We all do.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That's what Scarecrow did essentially, but with Harley.
Yeah, but it's better
not,
because that's more it's more interesting anyways, because Harley Quinn essentially would have, just as a character herself, she has more motive. She probably would have turned the city into like something a little bit more fun. Like it would have been a funner Halloween game than like it's like there's.
It wouldn't even be on Halloween.
I mean, it should be on Halloween. I mean, you're right. Maybe if it was Harley Quinn, maybe it will be on like Valentine's Day, instead April Fool's, Valentine's Day, or something like that. Like where it's like, you know, symbolizing Joker or whatever. April Fool's would be a good one. But you know, I think a Harley Quinn main villain would be a good one if she wasn't as fucking stupid in the Arkham games as she is. If she was smarter, because I get what you're saying, Kobe, but she's too dumb.
Exactly.
She's working.
That's part. Okay, you make a great point. Now I'm just bullshitting. I'm just doubling, tripling down on this idea, just fucking unloading. So it's too late. It's too late to turn back now. So I'm defending it taking it to my fucking grave. Okay, so the thing about that is that yes, it is true, but the other villains are going to do most of the work. So Harley, and also part of the interest is she's actually more unhinged than the Joker, because the Joker didn't have reason to hate Batman. In the Arkham games, he doesn't really hate him.
It's a game to him.
It's a game, and it's just fun, okay? So when Batman beats him, he's not, like, pissed off. He doesn't hate Batman and this, you know what I mean? So as a result of that, the difference between Joker and Harley is that Harley legitimately fucking hates Batman. And
then it would get serious.
And then it would get like, she's so unhinged and just trying to fucking murder him. And in Harley Quinn's Revenge, they do an okay job at portraying her like she goes in with this fucking massive like LMG. She's just like ready to fuck up Batman, right? Imagine extending that and then being like, okay, And then she also is paying off Deadshot and Deathstroke and all these other villains. And it's literally basically, Scarecrow, everybody is teaming up on Batman, and all the while he's losing his mind. So I'd keep the Scarecrow stuff. I would keep the Joker on his shoulder, kind of talking to him. I think that's all great. I would just have the other villains, because you got to think in Arkham Knight, there's 2 villains. It is the Arkham Knight and Scarecrow. Those are the main 2 villains. All the other ones, they're like, oh, I'm robbing banks. I'm like doing this other bullshit, whatever Two-Face and Penguin were doing. And in this game, the whole idea is that all of Batman's rogues are involved in the main story, just like they were in City, but in a completely different way, and that instead of being allied or all fighting against one another, they're all allied.
I like that, because I feel like Paul Dini would have wrote a game like that.
Yep.
Paul Dini would have definitely put Harley Quinn in the main scene.
He would have balanced the villains.
Yeah, he would have balanced the villains, and he would have made the main villain, somebody else. So.
Every villain from Arkham City would be included. And instead of what we got, where like Penguin was reduced to a side mission, Zaz was reduced to an Easter egg, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so disappointing.
Stephen Hill had a wet dream about Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight character. It's like, Jason Todd.
He must have been watching Under the Red Hood.
Oh yeah, he watched
just
that.
Thought no one would notice he copied it.
Yeah.
It would have been better if they just did Red Hood.
Dude, no, it's so freaking crazy,
would've.
because like the first boss battle against Arkham Knight, when he says you haven't lost your touch, that's like one of the main things that happens in Under the Red Hood. That's like one of the main things he says.
That was
you
how he
haven't
found
lost
out
your
he
touch,
was Jason.
Bruce, and that's how, So I was like, oh, that's Jason Todd. Like, okay.
We were all like that in the first trailer. Like, let's be honest, that was one of the number one theories.
That pissed me off, because I was just like, they literally just ripped off a line from Under Red Hood. Why didn't
they shouldn't have tried to hide it? They should have just been upfront, like, yeah, that's Red Hood. They should have just advertised him as Red Hood. They just wanted to put Arkham in the title.
It should have been Damian Wayne.
I agree. I saw your video on that. That was very good. That would have set up a Damian Wayne game. Oh my god, it would have been perfect.
Oh, he wants redemption. He wants to please his dead father.
He thinks that his dad killed his mom. So.
It want to be Red Hood. Oh, that's so bad.
And you would still keep in the Jason Todd scene to throw us off. So then we really think it's Jason Todd.
Oh my god, that would have been genius.
Oh my god. And then they explain it there. And then maybe he has a tripping out moment where he tings he's fighting Hush because he looks just like him. Yeah. And then later it's like, no, I'm your son.
Oh, that would even be even better, where he takes off the mask. That would have been good.
Dude. Oh man, that would have been
amazing.
Dude,
Arkham Knight was a missed opportunity. I'm telling you.
Big one.
Kobe, you're a genius. No one has ever thought about that before. No one has ever. Wow.
I think your ideas for Arkham Knight are great. Arkham Knight, it should have been Arkham Knight and Harley as the main 2 villains. That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's something better.
I don't, in my opinion, well, besides the Damian Wayne thing, which I think is absolutely genius, what I would have done if I hadn't heard the Damian Wayne theory by Salvage, I probably would just not make him a character at all. I would just focus on Harley and Scarecrow. Like you said.
Yeah, there's no reason to bring in Jason Todd. I mean, even in the Arkham City, there's like literally in the description of Tim Drake's Robin, it skips completely over Jason Todd being Robin, like, which is one of the Tim Drake's like main reasons for becoming Robin, is because Batman lost Jason Todd, not because Dick Grayson left and became Nightwing.
Yeah, they didn't set it up at all.
Yeah, it was so terrible. And we got another $5.
Oh, $5
hey,
from Ray Sanchez.
What did he say?
What gadget from the game would you like to see on film?
Ooh. I would like to see him do the explosive gel.
Explosive gel, I was gonna say that.
That'd be fucking awesome. Puts on his hand and shit.
What? What do you think would work best in the Batman movie? Because that seems like a very low-tech like film. Like it's a very, raw Batman. Very early years.
Yeah, the Bat Gel. The Bat Gel.
Yeah. I actually want to do like a reverse question, like what gadget from the movies I want in the game. For the longest time, ever since watching The Dark Knight, you know how that gadget he had, like it was the gun, but it shot like the little bombs with the timers on.
Was it? Oh yeah. I know.
That should replace explosive gel. That way you can do it like from range, and maybe it can kind of be like the Sonic Batarang, except you have the gun.
Well, they kind of have that.
Yeah, they kind of have that, but it'd be a reskin, so I guess it would kind of suck. Yeah, but I would like it just because of the Dark Knight.
I mean, that would still be cool if they want to bring in the explosive gel in like the next game, but like they don't want to like have like the small little handgun that they had. They could just have like the longbow gun instead.
Ray Sanchez, thank you for the $5 donation, dude. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, good question.
Yep, that was a good question. I think another thing that I really liked about Spider-Man PS4, I want to see more villains, more more tech and gadgets that are more like AI. Like he would have those drones that you could throw and they would like shoot people for you. I think that they should keep it like Arkham Knight where there's like 50 people in rooms, but then you have like gadgets and other AI and stuff to help you. I think that'd be very interesting.
How I would make stealth is I would make it like now even on the hardest difficulty you can drop down, you can take like, you know, a 1 or 2 shotgun shots like straight to the chest and then just grapple away. I would make it way more hard, and I would make it more grounded and just way more dark and spooky, I guess. And I would get rid of the gargoyles in most places, so they don't make sense. And it just incentivizes the player to be cheap. So I would make it like more great focused and more like environmental focused, like hiding behind shelves and stuff.